Brother versus sister. How two siblings can be very different. We've got Spud hanging around at our feet. He's followed me up there, he's followed me back, he's here. And Miss Independent down there is starting to revert back to, oh, they're not that much fun. Bugger it, I'm off. I'm gonna do my own thing. Hi, I'm Charlie Thorburn. Welcome to Mordor Gun Dogs. In my right hand, I've got Wizzy Jr., whom some of you may have seen before on our videos. And in my left hand, I've got her brother Spud, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them both on the ground. I'm just going to give you a little comparison as to how two siblings brought up in exactly the same environment, same areas, doing everything the same can be quite different. So here goes nothing. Maybe we should bring Spud out for training with Wizzy more often. She's never stayed this close. Spud. Good boy. He's a good boy. So, I've got to be totally honest. What I expected to happen was that Wizzy would go that way and Spud would hang around my feet. Actually, either Wizzy's growing up, the little bits of training we're doing are paying off, or Wizzy with her brother is better than on her own. I would always be the person to say, don't get two puppies out the same litter because it'll end up as a disaster. But with the way these two are right now, maybe I'm wrong. All these years, maybe I've been completely wrong. Because Wizzy's being super attentive, aren't you? Hey? Super attentive, and maybe a little bit of jealousy is encouraging her to want to be with me. Come on then. If we're training two dogs at the same time, which we... Good boy. Good boy. Which we will do because we kind of have the space and the areas to do it. Everything we do is just the same. The running away is the same. The engagement's the same. Everything's the same. We're just having to have eyes in the back of our head because we've got to watch this one and we've got to watch this one. What I quite like about these two already is they're not following each other quite as to the extent you might think. They're kind of working independently. And look at this, the Mordor magic. They're being awesome, but they're not following each other around. They're slightly kind of running independently. If you watch, Spud's got the zoomies there. You know, he's going one way, Wizzy's going the other, and that's really quite important when you're working, you know, mother and daughter, brother and sister, father and son. You've got to make sure the younger one doesn't follow the older one, because then you end up with just two dogs achieving the same amount of work as one dog. Now I'm going to go for broke here because I don't know what's going to happen. Good boy. You can see straight away that Spud's retrieve and his recall back with the dummy, with the tennis ball, is better than Wizzy's has been historically, and Wizzy still is now. So you see, there's the old Wizzy that we know. I'm off. I'm going to bury the ball. So I'm going to run back to the gate just like I did last time because it worked. Come on, Wizzy. Come on. Because I know that Wizzy likes to return home. I know that she likes to kind of go back to the crew. So that's my kind of get out of jail card for Wizzy. I've figured out with Wizzy where she's going to go and where she's not going to go. I feel like their initial energy burst coming out the kennel and coming out training is slightly dying off. Spud is becoming the usual Spud, who's a bit more attentive, sitting there looking at me, and a little bit this seems to be rubbing off on Wizzy because look at her. She's there. She's paying attention. Sit. Sit. Good puppies. Come on then. And this is more what I expected. You see Spud's in front of me. He's paying attention. I've done that one retrieve and he's now a bit more laser focused on me. Wizzy's doing much better, but she's definitely going further to the left, going further to the right. So still slightly doing her own thing. But it seems to have having a really good rub off on Wizzy. And I think probably there's that little bit of, oh, what's he doing? Where are they going? When you've got three of you out together, 3 people, 2 people and one dog, one person and two dogs. If two of them are together, you will then become a draw for the third, okay? So if you're out with your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you both decide to go that way and the dog's over there, the dog sees both of its major parts of its life going off in this direction and it's going to be drawn towards you. It's not a sort of solution, and that's not going to just work, but it helps. If you've got an older dog and a younger dog, if you and the older dog go this way, they will come. If you and the younger dog on the lead go this way, the older dog will be enticed to come. There's always like a sort of little bit of a sheep mentality. Oh, everyone's going that way, I'm going to follow. And it works even better when you're always doing what we're doing, running away from them and encouraging them to follow. But you can see, you know, Wizzy's definitely a million times better and more attentive than she was. Sit. Maybe in the last video, but you can see this guy here is just much closer to me, much more watching me. Wizzy's still got that little bit more feralness. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. She's being really good. She's not doing anything that would concern me like she might have done in previous videos, but there's definitely a little bit more of an independent streak to her. So I'd say the video is not quite as contrasting as I expected it to be. Spud's come out and pretty much done what I thought he was going to do, and Wizzy's come out and decided to sort of do what Spud does, which is awesome. And I haven't done anything with her at all. I've been away, some of you might have seen, I've been away, as has Spud, at a big game fair down in the south of England, down in Warwickshire. Spud came with us, Wizzy didn't. People asked, why did Wizzy not come? I was like, because she'd have jumped the fence and been off into the horse arena. Whereas Spud was quite happy in there. It hasn't worked out how to jump a fence. Puppies! Hasn't worked out how to jump a fence, just a bit easier going, and he always will be. He's going to end up as a peg dog, whereas Wizzy's going to end up as one of our little rough shooting dogs. Just what I did just there, I was talking to the camera and both of them started heading off on their own. I don't want to let that become a thing. I don't want to let them just be, oh, they're having fun, they're running around. It's too big a field for that. I'd want a third of the size of this field tops to be relaxed about letting them run around, but I don't really want that at all when I'm out engaging with them and playing with them. Now, I'm not going anywhere. People are like, oh, I want to take my dog for a walk, it needs some exercise. Look how much running around these guys have done. And I haven't moved. I've been like here to here, and they're doing lots of running, lots of engagement, and the odd retrieve. So I'm going to throw that way. So that's Spud's. And this alone will help Wizzy's enthusiasm for coming back, because she'll be like, oh, he's getting all that attention for bringing me the ball. We'll see what happens. Wizzy, 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 Wizzy. Still independent Wizzy. Got to be quick off the mark. I've got to go. Wizzy! Come on. She's still thinking about it. Come on, Wizzy! Come on! I'm going to go just right out. So she is hanging around with Joe now. I probably should have got Joe to run away with me, but she's come back. But what's she done? She's done the, I'm going to bury the ball and be a tricky Wizzy. So we've now got to find it. That is a cocker trait. It's not something our dogs have really done, but I have seen this over the years with other people's dogs who've come for lessons, and I've even seen it out shooting. She knows. I think she knows where it is. Want to let me know where it is. Here we go. And again, we've got Spud hanging around at our feet. He's followed me up there, he's followed me back, he's here. And Miss Independent down there is starting to revert back to, oh, they're not that much fun. Bugger it, I'm off. I'm going to do my own thing. And lovely little Spud is here. Now, why am I showing you this video? I'm showing you this video because they're all different. But I'm also showing you this video as this is why we select people's dogs for them. When people come to us and they go, oh, I want to pick my own puppy. Like, what do you know about picking puppies? Because what we've done is we've said this dog here is going to go to a young lady whose father's had 2 trained dogs from us. He's buying this little dog for a special present, and we've selected this because she needs a nice dog that's going to live in this house with her, come out shooting with her, be on a peg, stand with her when she's picking up behind her dad. maybe do the odd bit of beating, but probably not much. And look who I've kept. Little Miss Ratbag down there who couldn't give a monkey's. And Spud's sitting here and he's completely disengaged from his sister because he's just like, what would you like me to do? And if we'd picked that one down there to do this job, we'd have done a bad job of it, of selecting the dog. Because we're just starting off here with a lovely, biddable little guy who's just ready to do stuff and ignoring the naughty one. So both Joe and I are going to back away out of here and we're going to leave Wizzy to it. We're going to see what happens. Just watch out, Joe. So we're not going to not tell Wizzy that we're going, because she doesn't need to be. But she doesn't need to be told, because look at that. As soon as she's heard the gate rattling, she's like, "Oh look, I'm missing out." Now I don't want to let her just run past me. I want to show her that coming back to me is the vital thing. Whereas you see Spud would just come and he'd just be here and he'd be like, "Oh hi, hi." She'd be like, "Right, what's next?" And she'd be off up. See what adventure she can get up to up there. So she's kind of with me, but she's not totally with me like her brother is. It's just really good little insight into how two dogs are essentially, you know, the same genetically, but completely different. What else is interesting is the common stance with people is, oh, I want a female because they're easier. Good bloody luck with that. Don't tell people information that you don't actually know is true. That would be the answer there. One of my things I say to people when they say boy versus girl, or someone said do this, someone said do that, until somebody's had 10 boys and 10 girls, I don't feel they're justified in giving you an opinion. When you meet somebody who's had 10 boys and 10 girls, they won't give you an opinion, because they know that some scenarios can be like this, some scenarios can be the other way around. The boy can be naughty and the girl can be easy, and some scenarios it can be exactly the same. They're all different. All dogs are different, male, female. Don't come to preconceived ideas about because someone in the park said, oh, you should get this because they do this and this and this, because they don't have a blooming clue what they're talking about. Sorry. Remember, you get out what you put in. We'll see you all next time.